Use the wall! Use the wall! Watch yourself! Keep going!
I figured when I came home that, you know, my government would have open arms for me. It would be something waiting for me.
2 months is a long time when you're on the street. Far too many veterans are homeless in America, and the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs estimates there's about 130,000 to 200,000 a day.
I could change. I'd go back to 1989 and I wouldn't have joined the military. At least I'd still be with my wife and children.
I have a pet peeve that annoys me to a great deal because when I see these young men coming back, my heart weeps for them.
1 out of every 3 homeless men who is sleeping in a doorway, alley, or box in our cities and rural communities has put on a uniform and served this country.
I've lost a lot of faith in this country, and it really has hurt me inside.
There's not enough being done. If there's one veteran, one guy or woman who served is under a bridge, that's wrong. And the Veterans Administration, and we're not doing enough for them, nobody is. But the homeless is a very serious problem, and the homeless veterans, it just makes it more criminal.
All right, but
more than 67% of veterans served our country for at least 3 years. So why are the odds stacked against veterans post-war? Why are so many honorable men and women who put their lives on the line for this country struggling to get assistance?
No, it is what it is.
We will do everything that it takes to be there for you, just as you were there for America.
covering fire!
America's homeless veterans have served in World War II, Korean War, Desert Storm, Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, and many more. The VA says 47% of homeless veterans served during the Vietnam era and 33% were stationed in war zone.
It was really not an easy thing to adapt from the military way, especially being in a war zone, to being back in civilian life.
Charlie Croy, a Vietnam veteran serving 2 years in war zone with the 101st Airborne U.S. Army as a specialist 4th grade in communications.
Well, I watched a lot of people get killed, and we didn't think none of us were going to get out of it, but we did. But I'd rather not go into that. It's too emotional.
He goes by the alias JB for safety reasons, a lieutenant colonel serving 16 years in the U.S. Army and deployed on many tours.
You know, it's hard to go back in time and say what I would have done differently. You know, there's a lot of things I would have done differently. There's no one thing.
Stephen Moore, a Vietnam veteran serving in the United States Marine Corps.
I've been homeless since 2009. I came to be a part of this homeless community, and just like everybody else, struggle to make it day for day.
Anthony Dickens, a veteran serving 13 years in the U.S. Army.
That's a heavy burden on them.
The U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs says homeless veterans are mostly males, with only 3% being females. The vast majority is single, most come from poor communities, 45% suffer from mental illness, and have substance abuse problems.
When you've been through what we've been through in wars, that you have to self-medicate sometimes just to try to make the memories go away.
Took a shot in the head, and it kind of messed me up quite a bit. Now I have seizures, can't sleep hardly at night, got a bad knees, bad ankle, bad hip, half a lung.
Oh God, I'm bipolar. I'm PTSD. I'm type 2 diabetic, and I have herniated disc or dislocated disc in my back.
When I served in Vietnam, I got strung out on heroin, and my CO caught me, and because of my position, they did not want to stop me doing what I do.
I still go through post-traumatic stress disorder. I have blackouts every now and then. They're no fun.
Right now, I figure death is on its way, just a matter of time.
Most veterans struggle to get any type of assistance. But why is the mindset that war zone is their only ticket out?
Once I became homeless, I really needed help then. And I went to the VA office and applied for assistance. And for the first 6 months, they denied that I was even in the military.
And to come back home, you know, and go through all the surgeries and pain that I went through, and have the government turn their back on me, that's been a lot of stress, a lot of pain.
I applied for assistance, they denied me, I appealed it, they denied me, I appealed it the second time. I volunteered to go to Afghanistan or Iran or Iraq to replace any person that had a family, a wife and children that might die, because I don't have much of a family.
Case managers at the VA, they're overloaded. You have one individual with 40, 45 clients.
Until the politicians and the government and military start making changes, and city governments, there's going to be a whole lot more homelessness.
One of the main problems is the message isn't getting out to everybody.
And that's what this country needs, is change. Stop helping all these overseas countries and dropping food to all these overseas countries and giving them stimulus money and all this. Why don't you start from right where it comes from, here, and start helping the people here, the people that matter the most. American people, people that were born and raised here, people that fought for this country.
Medical assistance for some vets is the last thing on their mind. Most are just concerned with having a bed to sleep on at night.
Where am I going to eat next? You know, where am I going to wash my clothes? Where am I going to get a hot shower? Where am I going to go to keep the police from harassing me?
Even though this shelter is here, some nights I go and I sleep in the woods, you know, because that's what I know. You know, it's just what I know.
Yeah, even the lieutenant colonels are out here on the streets.
Sometimes that plays against you, being a veteran that's in good health and in good shape. You would think that your government would act faster to help you.
You know, Obama talks about change. Well, start right here, Obama.
We will do everything that it takes to be there for you, just as you were there for America. Our veterans are part of that unbroken line of Americans who've borne the greatest burden for our freedom.
Even though some veterans have little control over their situations, others say they blame themselves for their faults.
Went to work one morning and we had 300 employees and they laid 100 of us off that day. That was in 2009. I had a home I was paying for, I lost that. I had a truck I was paying for, I lost that. And eventually, because of the economy, I lost everything.
Most of us don't stick and stay. When I say most of us, the veterans. You know, we don't want to jump through the hoops that we have to get the right benefits or to get the right help.
I applied in 2010 for this veteran housing that they were making, and it's 2012, and I'm just getting in today.
And I was offered that 3 different times in 3 different states. But before my name came up for me to move in, I moved because of my nomad mentality.
We're all struggling. America is struggling right now. So everybody is struggling. I love my country. I love my government.
The government doesn't provide roadblocks. You can use them as roadblocks or you can use them as stepping stones.
Charlie says Haven of Rest Rescue Mission saved his life.
A lot of homeless people that have had troubles in their lives, you know, don't have a family. Just for one reason or another, they seek a place like this to keep them off of the streets, to keep them out of trouble.
Haven of Rest Rescue Mission caters to the tenants so that they're all comfortable.
This is where we sleep. The guys that are in the chapel, this is where I sleep. There's about 45 to 50 of us that sleep here. It's not a bad place. It's out of the weather. We have air conditioning and heating. We got room for 57 people here. And it's rare when we fill this up. In the wintertime especially, that's when it gets crowded. We have another place, actually in the dining room, we call overflow. There's like room for 12 more people up there, so that, in case there is more people than we can, accommodate down here, we have mats that go up there and into the dining room.
Daily chores at the Haven keeps Charlie busy.
First thing in the morning, I get up, I bring the sheets up to the front, to where the laundry is, and I get the sheets started. Now they start serving at 5. I'll work with the sheets until actually right at 5. Then I come and help serve breakfast.
Charlie will remain at the Haven and continue trying to get help from the VA to stay afloat. He's doing all that he can to help fix the situation.
It's difficult not having much of a family or anything, and I've got a part-time job, but I haven't worked since January, and it's just, it's hard to make it out there in the world if you don't have a steady income, a family to help you, something if you don't have a good job, it's really hard, and your own transportation, it's almost impossible.
Very lucky. I'm lucky just to be alive. But life is a struggle each and every day. I thank God for the help that I do get.
JB is struggling to get his stolen identity back from the government, and he said he will continue to fight on a daily basis to earn his respect as a veteran.
But I did it for the country. I didn't do it just for myself. I did it for my family and for everybody else in this country.
Each time I get to a new place, I say, you know what? I'm gonna settle down, relax, and get the help that I need. And 2 weeks later, I say, fuck, excuse me, the hell with this place, and I pack and I move.
Stephen is working on an internal battle to become a more stable person so that he can own a home one day.
And I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can.
I'm gonna put a big 55-inch up there in my system. I already told her this wall mine. I don't know why she trying to take my wall, but this wall is mine. And that's gonna be for the sound, I'm just happy, man. I'm extremely happy. Like a dream come true.
And even though the waiting list for housing was long, Anthony said he was patient and trusted in God.
I had my doubts. The VA is very slow, but I've been blessed. Me and my wife, we're gonna make the best of it. And I'm getting my first home-cooked meal here, Sunday meal. I haven't seen one of these in 3 years, And I got collard greens and baked chicken and cornbread, and I'm just preparing myself,
800 veterans are homeless in North Florida right now. But Anthony is proud to say he was lucky to beat the odds.
I like to be able to put my money away and get a little piece of transportation first. I told my lady, we're gonna try to do this for 2 or 3 years, and we're gonna buy a piece of property, and have our own little piece of land, nothing, just the American dream, nothing more than the American dream. That's what I want.
Oh my God.
This is
No, as a matter of fact, I've been blessed. I'm a graduate of college. In fact, I have a master's degree from the University of Maryland.
I'm going back to school, I'm educated, I'm articulate.
I say this for all people who have to live out here like this. And I thank you all for letting me do this. God bless.